How's it going, world? JGamer06 here, back with another video. Today we are playing Minecraft once again. Last time we left off, I showed you the new town hall that I built, as well as a bridge. And in this episode I'm going to be focusing on the massive farm I have built over in Alberta. But if you have noticed as well, the little farm by my house and animal farm behind it in the back are gone. I have moved those both over to Alberta and increased their size quite substantially. And I'm gonna now go get the horses from up here and transport them to their temporary home on Alberta for now. As you can see there, there's a massive, I've made a massive field over there, but it is still relatively a bit empty, and that's because I haven't fully decided on how exactly I plan to divide up the land somewhat. And after moving the horses over, I'll show you what I mean. And as well as I've done a little bit more work building bridges and roads and stuff. Yeah, because once I get past here, as you can see over there, I've built 2 new bridges as well as a little walkway, a little bridge, not bridge but a path. I've built 2 bridges and a path from my house and down to that bridge and across that, going over that little island over there. Over here in Alberta. Hold on. Alright, well it seems, alright, so that's where the lead went. As here, now we'll continue on here. As I was saying, as you can see with the what was initially just a few sugarcane along the water, I have now made some like sort of canals, I guess you could call them, between the sugarcane, so I could grow more of them effectively, I guess. Yeah, and as you can see here, there's just a massive field of wheat. And over here is the animal pen that I will probably, will just be temporary. In the future well definitely at least for the sheep and horses I'll give them a proper pen sort of, because with the sheep I plan to do is with the sheep I will be making it so there'll be each like color variation of the sheep's wool will have its own area. So yeah. And with the horses I'll probably give them like a proper stable. But for now the animals will just be in this area here. And in the comments below, let me know down below if you think this 9x9 farm should entirely just be wheat, or whether I should divide up the sections into 3, so like the first 3 9x9s here all wheat, this area carrots, and the area over there potatoes, whether the entire thing should just be a giant wheat farm. And something I plan to do with all the farms is while I do want them to be functional, I also care about the looks, which is why I'm not really going to be doing any of the automatic farms, which I could be doing, because one of those would probably be faster and could provide more food and stuff. Given how much wheat is already ready to harvest, I don't think food's really going to be that much of an issue, and I prefer the town to be a mix of looking good and functional. And another thing I did off screen is I built a bridge here, which goes off for, well, I'll get this horse and I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, this little bridge going across here, down these stairs, along this pathway here, which at some point in the future I may end up like building another bridge going across the water there. As you can see, I've already like put a pathway block over there just to mark out that area. Gotta cross this way. There's this road here that goes across or underneath the little mountain hill thing here. And I dug out and I think the fall's pretty cool, and decided to light it up, and I might end up like making a mine area that goes off from there. And so that's like the main stuff I've done so far off screen. And so like, well, in the future with where the animals are currently, if I do end up moving all of them out to their own like separate areas, I'll potentially just like mark that area out, or like keep that area where it is for bamboo in the future. Because if in the future I do find bamboo, I do plan to bring that back here and plant some, so like I can make scaffolding and stuff, so it's easier. And where like the flag for where on the map where it marks Alberta, I do plan to build a like proper, I don't know, not fully sure, but just to build something there. And feel free to let me know down below if there are any farms you think that would be a good idea for me to build. There we go. As I do as well, plan at some point to build a few tree farms here. Well, I think I might have said in a previous episode, but essentially the plan is returning like every farm that I would want or need would be here in Alberta. Now let me know down below if you think I should keep this like island here, or whether I should just remove it and keep the peninsulas here. And if you're wondering what happened to like the giant hills and stuff that was here, I did flatten the entire thing over the past few days. And yeah, so next episode I'll quickly show off this like a little bit here. Yeah, there's a little walkway across. If in the future I find a swamp, I'll probably replace the oak trapdoors with lily pads. Now, so in the next episode I'll probably start focusing, between this episode and next episode, I'll focus on New Sardinia in the south. Part of a plan I have is I'll build a church or something over that down there. Yeah, as well as trying to build some bridges connecting New Sardinia to the rest of the nation or the kingdom. Yeah, I think that'll be a good thing to do. And as you can see, I do already have a lot of bread from the farm. So, as you can see, a lot of the green over there now is still brown on the map from earlier. So I'll walk over there now to have that fixed. Yeah, well, as you can see, since some of the farmland's unfarmed currently, it's becoming brown. But at the very least, the majority dirt on the other side is now turning green. So that's at least something. But there's still a little bit of it that's still brown, that's still dirt, and the grass hasn't spread to it yet. And it should be fine. Yeah, well, I will probably build an actual stable for the horses, and if possible at least try to tame all of them. The chickens, I said I wasn't really going to do any automatic farms. I'll probably still make one with hoppers, I think, underneath the chickens to collect all the eggs and stuff. And as I said earlier, the sheep, they're gonna get their own special area, one with a pen each for different other colors. The cows and pigs are probably just gonna get standard areas. As I don't really see a need to make anything that entirely special for them. Since unlike the chickens, horses, or sheep, they don't really have anything that entirely special. I guess the cows and it could do with milk, but I don't need any special contraption for it. And I'll head up to the house, up to the map room up here to look at the map and plan out some potential bridges and stuff. Yeah, that's interesting to see a cow up here. Alright, so some things I might do is, I said earlier, between there and there, I'll probably end up putting an actual bridge there. Down here as well, I might put one from here to here, or from here to there, and a quite simple one there to there. There's probably one up here as well. But something I do plan to do, which might be the longest bridge, is from the sandy point here to sandy point here. I'll build a bridge going straight across. Cause yeah. See, just from down there across there. And I'll head down. I'll go down the path and walk over. Yeah, there are a few smallish islands between them, so I might use those to help out slightly. And I do plan to make the bridge a decent bit higher up than the others. So yeah, like potentially around from here across to there, because as you can see there's a small island in the way. Yeah, and good thing about it is I'll finally be having the bridges going across I'll have bridges and roads going across the entire archipelago instead of just up in the north here. And yeah, well, that's something I've found a decent bit of for some reason a lot of the iron golems have just started going into holes and getting stuck there. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me. There's another one there. Unfortunate. So yeah, in a future episode sometime this month I'll finally get around to going to the Nether. But for now I'll just focus on properly expanding the city to the land I've claimed for it so far. And for the little islands that I've found nearby that aren't like directly connected to the city, I'll try to find one. For instance, see, like the little archipelago out that way. What I'll probably do is I'll just build a little fortress on it or something. And for like the mention of the port that I was talking about last episode, I think I will probably build it over that way on the east coast of the island or the nation city. Yeah, I do think that'll be a good thing to do. And yeah, feel free to leave any suggestions for any kind of buildings you want to see me build around here. Whether it be like a building to go and over here in the city parts or something to do in the farm area. Let me know down below what you think of the small bridges I've built here. As well as the now giant flattened area out this way. And as well as feel free to suggest any other animals that you think I should make areas for on the island. And I probably will at some point between this episode and next episode to start expanding the road network down this way as well. For instance, I might start making a path up here and then connect to the path over that way. Though it would be decent, it would be extremely close to the bridge over here, so I would probably just leave the next bridge up this way to be towards that there. That's just some ideas. And some points in the future I'll probably or potentially start upgrading some of the bridges as well to less wooded, to materials a bit stronger than wood. And by some I like making them proper stone bridges. For instance, I've just that bridge and over there having a decent bit of stone in it. Have the bridge be majority stone instead of wood. Yeah, once again, that's just some ideas. And I'll be in the episode now, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.